The final international break is finally over, and yeah, we've got a big set of 2 months coming up, knowing very well how Liverpool are positioned currently. Welcome to Marching Reds. I am Aman Chima, and here I am to preview Liverpool's first game back, which is in the FA Cup in the quarterfinal stage against Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. I mean, there could not have been any tougher tie than this, but it is what it is, and we'll discuss the context of this game, how Liverpool should be shaping up to end the season strongly, and how this game is influential in some sorts. And yeah, let's start right away. So the FA Cup quarterfinal, I mean, the fact that we've reached this stage knowing very well we exited this competition very early on last season is a definite boost. But last season, we were on course to winning the league. And although we did fancy our chances in the Champions League, and that wasn't to be, we ended out against PSG, who were the eventual winners. But this time around, we've reached the quarterfinal stage here, and we've also reached the quarterfinal stage in the Champions League. And spoiler alert, it is PSG again, who are our opponents that we have to overcome at that stage. And in the Premier League, yeah, we're not the table toppers, and we have sort of conceded the league. And yeah, although mathematically it is still possible, but top four, top five is the race that we have to win. And for that, we are currently placed in the fifth position, although Chelsea is right behind us. So, looking at all of that, where does this game be in terms of our priority list? For me, as I've said earlier, also, I'll repeat my stance. The FA Cup has to be on the back burner for me because one, you need to secure a Champions League qualification for next season, and that can either be done by finishing in those top four, top five spots in the Premier League or by winning the Champions League. By winning the Champions League, you have to beat the teams like PSG, Real Madrid, or Bayern, whoever goes through, and maybe in the final, you would potentially see Arsenal or Barcelona coming up. So you've still got big teams to beat, and knowing how Liverpool have been sort of consistent in the Champions League, you could fancy your chances. But at the end of the day, it is a knockout round. We as Liverpool fans are still not sure of what sort of Liverpool would turn up on any given day. That is something which is sort of holding our back when we start feeling confident, even for a while. And that has happened across the season. So that is why we are a little bit skeptical. In the Premier League, we are fifth. Some would consider ourselves lucky to be there, but it is what it is. It's about how you make these positions count. And there has been a lot of inconsistency there. So you would expect Liverpool, I mean, the most rational way would be that Liverpool should be finishing in the top four, top five spots, and getting that Champions League qualification there. But it's easier said than done. I mean, there is no point of watching those games and being a little romantic about the game. I mean, the best case scenario for Liverpool would be at the end of the season, not only you finish in those top four, top five spots, but with that, you've got the FA Cup with you and the seventh European Cup. But let's narrow it down to this game. It's the FA Cup quarterfinal. Would we like to proceed and give ourselves a proper shot at the cup by playing at Wembley in that semi-final final stage? Yes, of course. But do we put all our energy and resources into it? Here is where I would like to disagree, because knowing how difficult this tie is, it's City away. I mean, had you been playing home, first of all, that would have been of a much more benefit that you don't have to travel. Secondly, if it could have been a team not at the likes of Chelsea, Arsenal, City, who are still in the competition, you would have had a better shot of proceeding forward in this competition. But again, we have to discuss and deal with the facts that we've got on board, which is FA Cup quarterfinal, Manchester City away. And it's now up to you how you can utilize this game to the best of your abilities, because it is not the end all. Like, you've still got at least 9 more games to play in the season, and those are much more important than this one. So maybe you could rest a few players, maybe you could give a few players more minutes in their legs, because just in case if we do want them to feature in the last few games that are remaining, you would want them to be in the thick of things. So injury status wise, I think Allison is out for a few weeks, although his expected return is still not yet decided. We are hopeful that he would be back by the end of April, but that would mean he's missing this game. He's missing the PSG tie also, whether it's the first leg or both the legs. If it's both the legs, that means he would be missing the Fulham game in the Premier League also. So yeah, quick recovery. That is the hope of all Liverpool fans. But this provides a brilliant opportunity for Mamardashvili to step in, get a run of games under his belt, and sort of provide a glimpse of the future that Liverpool fans would be hoping to see. That if he starts in goal, let's say next season or 2 seasons from now, this should be the perfect trailer or the perfect teaser for all Liverpool fans to see. So, Allison, again, hopefully he would be back, but Mamardashvili should be getting an extended run of games here. Frimpong, he sort of did feel the after effects of the Galatasaray game in the Brighton game, and I think he got withdrawn after being called off from the bench for the Netherlands team. And I think he should be fit enough to go. Whether he starts, whether he does not start, whether Arne Slot thinks that we can actually use him against PSG in a much more better way. Maybe that's where he's inclining towards. So that would be interesting to see. But it's not a long-term thing. Hugo Ekitike is fit after being stretched away from the Amex Stadium in not a way that he would have liked, or for that matter, any Liverpool fan would have liked. Mohamed Salah, who missed the Brighton game altogether, looks to be ready to play this game. Endo, he was out. Bradley, he's out. Leone, he was pictured back in training, but I mean, it would be a dream to even think that he would be getting a start in any of the games that are remaining in the season. Chiesa, hopefully he should be back and fit. And Alexander Isak, I mean, it is an absolute delight to see him in those training pictures wearing that Liverpool badge. And yeah, I just hope he is named on the bench. And although I'm not expecting a lot of minutes for him, but if he can just come on from the bench and play a few minutes, and then slowly and eventually we can sort of get him back to his full match fitness, which would take a lot of games. And we don't have those many games remaining in the season, but that is something that if managed properly, he could turn out to be something that we have really missed. Like, it's not about his finishing skills and abilities. Yes, he's a quality striker, but another body in that attacking line would be something that we all Liverpool fans would be welcoming about. So looking at the lineup, for me, Mamardashvili has to start in goal. In back four, Van Dijk and Konate have to be the centre back pairing for me. In the left back position, I would like to start Andy Robertson here, although you could start Milos Kerkez, but I would rather want to see Milos Kerkez and Frimpong in the PSG game. And I mean, we would preview that game after this one. So Andy Robertson would get a start for me. And in the right back position, Joe Gomez would get a start for me. And although it would be a very pragmatic approach, you would either like to see a Frimpong or a Kerkez, like one of those two being named in the 11. But I mean, for me, my approach is use this game to get as many minutes as possible to the players who have not played much in this season, and rest your big players. Yes, you can get them on in the second half or maybe for a 30-odd minute cameo, but this is not a game where you go full strength. So those would be my back four. In the midfield, I would like to see Trey Newny get a start, but I don't think Hannes Slot would be going for that option. Curtis Jones is another player who I would like to see more of in the last few games, starting this one. And if Alexis McAllister would get a start, that would be amazing, because that would mean Ryan Gravenberch, Dominic Szoboszlai would be those players who would be named on the bench. And it might look weak on paper, but I would not mind that 11. In the forward line, Salah, after sort of being recovered fully, should get the nod for me. Ekitike as well. And so would Florian Wirtz. So that would mean you have the likes of Chiesa, Isak, and Frimpong and Kerkez to come on. And of course, the midfielders in Gravenberch and Szoboszlai, as well as Gakpo. But I do feel that he would name a much stronger 11 than this. And even if he does, I just first of all would want an injury-free game, because we can't afford to lose this game and lose a few more players. So that would be my first priority. Secondly, I would like Liverpool to be courageous here and show some bravery, because I mean, you've got nothing to lose. the golden prize is the ticket to Wembley. And if you can get that, it would be the perfect start after this international break. But even if you don't, you've still got bigger prizes to compete for. And with the way we play, yes, against Manchester City both times this season, we've lost those games, and it's not going to be easy, knowing very well that for Pep Guardiola and his team, they would be targeting the domestic treble, and FA Cup would be one of those things that they would go for, knowing very well that they've still got some catching up to do in the league title. But yeah, I think they would be expected to play a full strength 11, and yeah, getting out of the Champions League would help their cause. So yeah, this is no excuse for us to be already feel beaten and be like, okay, let's run through the motions and we'll see where it takes us. But I hope Arne Slot uses this game as the perfect opportunity where he could try a few things. He could sort of use this as a not a practice game. That would be very unfair for me to call that, but use this game in which he could maybe try a few players in different positions, try a few different tactics, and then go all out against PSG, which again will be a very difficult tie. But in the Premier League, that is where we have to start accruing points and more importantly, put those performances. And if I can see a glimpse of that performance in this game, that would be my only request. So now you let me know in the comment section on how Arne Slot should approach this game. Do you think FA Cup should be one of our main priorities? Because if you think so, we would be sort of not disagreeing, but we would be on different pages here. And yeah, let me know your playing 11. Let me know who starts for you, who doesn't. And do you think we have got enough in our depth, in our squad to actually go to Wembley and win this whole thing? Let me know in the comment section. I will definitely have a look. I'll see you in the review of this game. And hopefully, till then, you take very good care of yourself.